Hello everybody, it's Marty the Off-Grid Gecko. Got kind of an unexpected surprise today, and for some reason my hardneck garlics are all ready to come out of the ground. They quit for whatever reason, and the lower leaves, sorry I got a tick, are dying back. So I need to pull them, and I've been at work all day and it's hot, but just walking around the garden when I got home, and I'm like, what's the deal? My other hardnecks, the surprise variety, the one that I don't know what they are, they're still doing good. I'm letting them go to scapes so they can make little seed bulbils, and I'll try and grow them from seed. Same thing with the leeks, but that garlic is ready to come out of the ground, so I'm gonna go and pull it, and we'll talk about some stuff today. Alrighty, so these are my garlics, and they were actually looking a lot bigger than this. So these three I'm saving for these scapes, so I'm gonna wait and let them flower up and do their thing. But the rest of these all need to be pulled. Now when you're pulling garlic, you want to be really careful not to damage the root that you're trying to get out. So the best thing to do is kind of dig around them. You don't just want to pluck them out of the ground because they will be not good. But as you can see, the necks on these have gone kind of soft. I don't know if you can see that, but they're a little bit on the small side. They're about the size of a grocery store garlic. And I think part of this is just our weather this year has been stupid. Maybe this garlic doesn't like growing here for whatever reason. The hardnecks right behind the camera are growing good. These soft necks are all a little shorter than last year, but they're still growing. Like, everything's still going. I don't know why these Persian Stars went early. So I've got me a little daisy tray here, and I'm just gonna go down the row and pull all these guys up. You can tell all these lower leaves are died off. The tops are still green. Should have actually harvested them a little sooner if I would have noticed, but yeah, they're all looking to some degree or another like this, so it's time to pluck them. And then I'm going to leave the wrappers on here because I'm going to use these to hang them up. Again, do not try and pluck them out of the ground, especially if your ground is rocky like mine, because they don't like it. Just dig till you're sure you're underneath them, and then you can pull them out easy. These are tiny. Oh, so much for my brilliant garlic selling plan. Alrighty, well, I got them all out of the ground. So, big old daisy tray full of garlics. Some of these are decent size for what you'd find at a grocery store, I guess. But I was really hoping to get some like roasting size garlics out of these, and I don't know. This year has just been stupid. But I'm sure these are still good to eat, so I'm going to go ahead and hang them up. Now when you dry your garlic, there's a dozen ways to do this, so you're probably familiar with garlic braids, what you see in the seed catalogs and in restaurant murals and stuff. Hardnecks don't generally like being braided, and braiding also tends to be something that you do after they're cured, when you're ready to hang them up for their final, because these still have a little bit of, I mean, you just basically brush as much of the dirt off as you can and hang them up to cure without damaging the bulbs, because they're kind of soft at the moment. So what I've got here is just a piece of aluminum fence wire, and I've got it strung between the rafters out here in my pole barn to keep these guys out of the sun. You definitely want to dry them in the shade, and it can take 2 weeks or longer, so don't get real excited about it. Now the curing process is mainly to harden them up for storage, so you can eat these right now. In fact, there's one in there that had started to fall apart, and like, that's how far gone these guys are. and a clove popped off the side of it, so I'll probably eat that one tonight and see how it tastes. Yeah, it's a pretty simple setup. Some of these guys, I don't even know if they're worth the effort, but you know, I'll eat them. I'm just a little disappointed, and it could be anything. I put them in a different soil this year. I put them out there in the harsh soil of the new garden instead of over here in my experimental garden where the soil's softer. So that could play a role in this. You may have noticed the soil out there is still kind of rocky, but I figured, it's garlic, it grows anywhere and it grows easy. You just plop it in the ground. That may have been a mistake. The variety, this is a cold hardy variety called the Persian Star from the Ukraine. So this early, 3 frosts in a row and then straight to you. It's almost 100 degrees outside today. It's been a weird year for weather, and that could definitely be playing a role because that's been affecting some of my other plants. So there's a couple other ways you can hang these two. You can tie them together in bunches of like 5 or 10, and then just hang the bunches up with a little string. But it's kind of therapeutic way to end my day, so I'm just gonna continue on down the line and get all these guys strung up. I should have about 75 of them, so it's not a ton, but it's going to be a little bit of work, and it's definitely enough to last me through the year. And I'll probably take some down to my neighbors and take some to my boss too. He likes garlic. So as far as when to harvest these guys and how I knew it was time, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but all these dead leaves down here at the bottom, the leaves will start dying from the bottom. And when I get about halfway to 2/3 of the way up with dead leaves, you really need to harvest them. These still have a little green on them, so they'll probably be okay, but it's a very quick timeline, and normally I'd be checking them more often, but I just wasn't expecting these to be ready this soon. So, and to the people who are subscribed and the people that are leaving all the comments lately, I really appreciate you watching. This is something that I'm trying to get rolling out here on the homestead, so any attention I get, I really appreciate all you guys, all your comments. You've been wonderful audience. So I hope that I can keep you entertained and you keep up with me. I'll talk to you next time. Marty signing off.